You're listening to Cross Rhythms Plymouth 96.3 FM, and I'm joined in the studio by Mr. Mark Oliver, who's been in the studio several times in the past. It's great to have you back here, Mark. Great to have you with us.
Hi, Dave. Good to be back. Thank you.
And we're here to talk today about something, again, which we have talked about a few times over the years. It's really successful and kind of really long running now. Well, has been long running for a long time. Kind of Bible conference and Christian conference in the Southwest. Tell us a bit about Cornwall BUSH Conference. I know it's something you're passionate about and have been involved in for many years.
Yeah, well, it started back when I was farming when I was a kid, actually. That's how long ago it was. So late 80s, we started it on our farm.
Wow.
The basic idea hasn't changed. It's camping, caravanning, or day visitors coming onto a farm. For those who can, they can stay for the weekend. And then we hold meetings within a barn that is sort of very transformed and made to look very nice, but it is still on a working farm, which is always part of the fun and the draw as well. So we have a weekend together, fellowship, music, testimonies, Bible teaching, and lots of food and lots of fun.
Great, yeah. I mean, it always strikes. I've never actually made it down. I feel like I should one of these years.
I feel like you should.
I definitely should after talking about it every year. But it looks brilliant. It certainly looks like a real sort of sense of real community, a real sort of family vibe. But people come to it from all over the kind of local area, don't they, in the region?
Yeah, some people travel further. We have sort of Somerset down, and people travel to be there. Now it's moved up a bit closer to Plymouth than it used to be. So for people in the Plymouth area, actually just day visiting, if you don't want to camp or caravan, is a lot easier. It's not too many minutes the other side of the Tamar Bridge.
Awesome.
So it works very well for people just to pop up and see, or spend a day there, or even just come up for a couple of sessions.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the sort of features of it, obviously you've said, it's on a farm, it's camping, it's kind of a real sense of like a family vibe to it. There's lots of stuff for kids. We've talked about that in the past. In fact, last year you had your daughter in the studio to talk about her experiences of being a young person through it as well. That's all part of it as well, isn't it? It's a real sense of family and fun and activities for kids, all that kind of stuff.
So we put up a marquee, and there's kids sessions running whenever the adult things are on. So we spend a bit of time, everyone together, and then the children go off with some children's workers, and they have a ball out in the marquee and get up to all sorts. And then there's bouncy castle and things set up for them as well to have fun and games and things going on. So yeah, there is a nice vibe. It is a good place of fellowship and making friends, and old friends come back together for it, and lots of new friends are made as well.
That's so good. Well, let's stop for some music and pick up the conversation with Mark. Give some of the details about Bush Conference 2025 after this. You're listening to Cross Rhythms Plymouth. I'm in conversation with Mark Oliver, who, amongst other things, is the minister at Plymouth Chapel. But you've been involved in a Christian conference, Bush Conference, for many years. You said since you were a kid. You said it was on your farm. Was that your family farm where it started all those years ago?
Yeah. The idea of having these conferences somewhere out in the countryside, it was already happening in Devon and Somerset, and someone approached us and said, would we fancy doing one in Cornwall? And I think I'm right now saying this is the only one that's still going 30-something years later.
Oh, that's interesting.
But it's been blessed by God over the years. We've had a lot of people through in some amazing times.
That's so good. And like you say, it is open to all. This is a really important point. You don't have to be at this stage call yourself a practicing Christian. If you're kind of curious about faith, it's a great place to go, find some fellowship, meet some new people, have discussions about faith, hear some Christian teaching, and like in these conference setups, a bit like festivals really, you kind of have more chance to sort of digest these concepts, these ideas, and talk to people about it. So maybe that's where you're at if you're listening to this. Actually, this could be a great place for you, because sometimes in church you don't have much chance to have back and forth necessarily.
Yeah. But lots of people have used it that way over the years and have come and, learnt about faith and come with questions, which is great. Everyone's welcome wherever you're at with all of that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's so good. And such a great environment, as you say, literally physically to have it in a farm and out in the countryside. Beautiful location. So tell us about the location. Tell us where it is, when it is, and sort of how people get involved.
Yeah. So a lovely couple called Willis and Jean opened their farm to us. So it's been there for about 4 years now, I would think. It's in a lovely setting. It's right down against the River Tamar on the Cornwall side.
Nice.
At Holton Quay. So, which is, do you want the full address so that people know?
Yeah, I guess so. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's Higher Chapel Farm at Holton Quay, which is PL12 6SL, is where you can find us. And it's not very far from Coteal, the beautiful National Trust property. So quite often we've gone for a walk there on the Saturday afternoon or something. So it's only a mile or two around the corner.
Brilliant.
From there.
Yeah, it's idyllic location, really, isn't it? And so how do people kind of come along? How do they book? What's the details there?
So if you go onto the Cornwall BUSH Conference Facebook page, the details are there. There's also an email address if you'd like to book, which you can email, and that will be picked up, and we can get back to you with any details of booking at cornwallbushconference@hotmail.co.uk. So you can email us on that address, and we can send you out more information and let you know what's going on, or indeed book you in from there as well. There is an early bird offer at the minute if people want to book in before the end of the month, if they're quick. But you can literally turn up at Bush Conference, and there's a big field, so there's plenty of room. So yeah, if you haven't booked, it's not a problem. Just come along and we can book you in on your arrival there.
Yeah, awesome. And the dates for it, 23rd of May to the 26th of May. So the bank holiday weekend towards the end of May. And costs aren't pretty cheap, really, considering the costs to be in Cornwall at that time of the year over a holiday. So £35 per adult, £10 per child, 5 to 16, and under 5's free. So as you say, you can just rock up and have conversations about booking there and then. But that email address again, if you've got questions or if you want to book ahead or anything like that, cornwallbushconference@hotmail.co.uk, and email the team with your questions and anything you want to talk about in terms of Bush Conference.
Absolutely.
To that email.
Yeah.
Great. Mark, wish you all the best, and
Thank
hope
you so
it goes
much.
really well.
Thanks for the opportunity to share about it.